Not everyone you looked at and smiled would smile back. Not everyone you would meet would comfort you with all the joy and positive vibes. And not everyone you discussed with would make the conversation more interesting with their sensible thoughts. Dr. Kuppuraj Sengottuvel was one in a million of people who was always cheerful, intellect, yet so generous. He is one of the most lovable alumni of Irish who grew to the great heights at a very young age. It is so unfortunate to have an abrupt end in a beautiful journey, but it is the journey that matters at the end. This video offers a glimpse of Dr. Kuppuraj's incredible journey within a short lifespan. Let's take a tour to this journey and cherish the memories of Kuppu. Kuppu was born on 10th July 1985 in a small village called Gangapeli at Athor in Salem district of Tamil Nadu. He completed his matriculation from Sri Ganga Higher Secondary School in 2000 and did his pre-university course in 2002 from Government PU College at Salem District in Tamil medium. He set his foot to Irish Mysuru as a bachelor student of speech and hearing of class 2003 to 2007 and successfully completed Masters in Speech Language Pathology in the year 2009. And by this time, he was almost recognized as one of the most lovable and cheerful persons.
He was the most chilled out person I've ever met. I have some very fond memories. He was such a fun-loving person, and he always spread calmness and happiness when around. Only laughter around him. He was a problem solver, achiever, and a gem of a person. You will be missed, Kuppu. Thoughts and prayers.
Kuppuraj, during our studies time and during our college life, has taught us several things about the life and how to take up the challenges in life and how to handle some of the difficult situations. His nature to take everyone along with him especially during the studies and also in sports events, and that makes him a special person for all of us. Life to not know that you are going to be alive in all our hearts forever.
I know Kuppu from a decade now. We started our PhD in the year 2010. I met him during our project tenure, which was in 2009. He was very jovial. We've seen many movies. We've been to almost all the hotels, and he had a very strict appetite and all that. And he used to eat 8 to 10 eggs during the break and all that, which used to fascinate me. And as far as his work is concerned, so he was fun-loving, and the way his PhD took at first, like in the second year and third year, it became more goal-oriented, and he just started speaking to the pioneers, and he just developed a thorough interest in his subject, and did publications in reputed journals. So that's the way he changed, but nevertheless he was always jovial, and we all love him for that. Thank you.
Hi, this is Prema. I consider myself very lucky to have known Dr. Kuppuraj Sengottuvel, who is affectionately called by many of us as Kuppu. Kuppu was my student at MSc, learning neurobiology and language cognition brain. I define him as an ardent listener in the class, firing questions that often demanded more reading by me. Thanks, Kuppu, wherever you are, for that. On completion of PG degree, Kuppu chose to work with me on a project, and I have no words to express the zeal with which he completed the challenging project. Subsequently, the following year, one fine day he asked me if I could be his mentor for PhD. I had no hesitation to say a firm yes. Again, a challenging topic on SLI, novel, the first of its kind to be carried out in India. And he was very confident, so I said, please go ahead. Kuppu was an avid reader, a good thinker, sensible discussant, and focused. As a research scholar, he would discuss with me, get approval, never bothered me for either minor or major issues, manage everything by himself, and then place the output on my table for my comments. I have to mention that he wanted my time to be focused on his work, discussion, and therefore always met me by appointment. The number of publications and the joy of sharing success by email or personal meeting of each and every publication. I miss you, Kuppu. Yet, I am angry with Kuppu for one main reason. You may be surprised, you all may be surprised. Every time he would inquire my health, advise me to take care, but ignored his health and never shared his condition with me. I must say that his achievement is amazing in a span of 10 years. Kuppu, you would have been a pole star, a Dhruva Nakshatra in the field of SLI had you cared a bit about your health. To the best of my knowledge, Dr. Kuppuraj Sengottuvel is a first-generation learner limping to learn English to the level of flying high with creditable publications in international peer-reviewed journal. And this happened over a span of 10 years, right from his PhD program through the Newton Fellowship, and in a span of 10 years, he achieved the status of pole star, Dhruva Nakshatra. Had he lived longer, he would have excelled Dhruva. I am very sure of it. Kudos to you, Kuppu, wherever you are. My prayers for you every day. We miss you, Kuppu.
Hi ma'am, how are you? First of all, a big thank you for making me realize that I can make it big, and this is the right time to thank. And every good thing comes to an end, and I know you told me many times how much you loved the place, how much you loved Aish, and how much you liked working there. I'm sure you're gonna miss it, but you will be around and you can visit, and we will definitely miss you. I wish you good luck, good health for your post-retirement life. I'm sure you have a lot of plans, and we will still have to write a paper together, the cross-linguistic paper, and I'll get in touch with you. We're still working on it, and talking research with you has been real pleasure, and it was the discussions with you that made me feel confident that I can make it big. I can argue, compete with the best. I wish you good luck and good health again. I'll see you around. Thank you.
Achievement and role model. These are the two words often we try to look for, where exactly we find persons who will be fitting into these words. Being a faculty in this institute from past 22 years, I have seen many batches, I have seen many students. Whenever somebody enters to Aish, they enter in a new world. They enter with innocence. When they go out of the institute, they go with a lot of maturity, responsibility. With all these 22 years, the only person who stands in my mind to talk about achievement, to talk about role model, it's only Dr. Kuppuraj. He entered this institute as an ordinary boy. He was an ordinary student sitting quietly, and he would be in his own world. I never taught him in first BSc, maybe I taught him in second BSc, undergraduation course and post-graduation course. So with those 3 years as a faculty, as a supervisor, what I found him was like other student, a normal student, but somewhere he never had that kind of a mask which I can see on many students, a mask which they want to show when they come in front of a faculty, and when they go they behave in a different way. But Dr. Kuppuraj was not like that. A person who never had 2 faces. He would speak to me the way he would speak to me in BSc and MSc and post-graduation and after a doctoral degree, throughout the same. Why is that? That's what makes him unique. Often I remember 2-3 incidences. Why these incidences are important is he taught me a lesson. I used to think that if I have a serious face, the students do think that they can get scared and a different kind of feeling. I was taught this kind of behavior by my senior faculty. But later, when I was behaving like this, it was Dr. Kuppuraj. I always want to say Dr. Kuppuraj because somehow I really feel proud when I say Dr. Kuppuraj. So he was the one who told me when I asked a feedback to students, how to improve the clinical services. He didn't say anything. He just told me, you need to smile. That was the moment I was thinking, how can a PG student can comment to a HOD like this? Later I started smiling to him and I would always ask, Idu saka? Then he said, Tumba tumba saku. And beyond curricular, he would discuss with me about Rajnikant. His peculiar mannerism, something like having a goggle sitting in JRF room. We were good Facebook friends. The way that he would comment for my pictures, the way I would comment for the pictures. So these are the things that not other students do. He never had that wall between the teacher and student. Apart from that, he was not born with a silver spoon. But he showed a dream that any student can come to this institute or any kind of course they can take and they can walk away with a silver spoon. That silver spoon is not in terms of money, not in terms of having the bank balance or anything. It's having excellence in research. A research, even I can proudly say that he has crossed the boundaries that we have set. He has gone maybe 2-3 steps ahead compared to all of us. That's a proud moment for any guru. It's a proud moment to see their student achieving better than their gurus. So what else a teacher can expect? I'm not saying this as only a teacher. I'm saying this as a mother too. A mother who dreams a lot about a son, and halfway through, if he just smiles and just goes away, what happens? It's okay. A mother remembers her son's achievement. A teacher remembers her student's achievement. Achievement and role model. If these 2 words have to go, they can go along with Dr. Kuppuraj.
His courageous personality was his best friend of all his endeavors. He procured Newton Fellowship Grant and accomplished postdoctoral degree at University of Oxford, England in 2016 to 2018. Nevertheless, he was one of the jovial persons of experimental psychology lab during his time at Oxford, and he was the dearest to his supervisor, Professor Dorothy Bishop. Dr. Kuppuraj was a passionate researcher. His research techniques were brilliant, and it was consistent in the field of language acquisition and its disorders. His research accounts on SLI, specific language impairment, tries to answer why children find it difficult to understand and speak language better despite having normal development in other skills like walking, playing, eating, and so on.
SLI stands for specific language impairment, and it's a kind of language learning impairment which is very isolated in that the child doesn't have a lot of other developmental difficulties.
His dedication to the field and his efforts to spread awareness about developmental language disorders defines him as a true scientific speech-language pathologist.
இந்த வீடியோவில் சில குழந்தைங்க பேசுகிறத புரிஞ்சிக்கிறது கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க, சில குழந்தைங்க பேசுறதுக்கு கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. இந்த குழந்தைங்களை பற்றி மட்டும் பேச போகிறேன். இந்த குழந்தைங்க வேறு துறைகளில் ரொம்ப நல்லா வளர்கிறாங்க, நல்லா வளர்கிறாங்க, நல்லா பழகுறாங்க, நிறைய ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் சேர்த்துக்கிறாங்க, மற்றபடி நல்லா விளையாடுறாங்க, ஒரு வயசில் நடக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிடுறாங்க. ஆனால் அவங்களுக்கு இந்த பேச்சு வரும்போது புரிஞ்சிக்கிறது இந்த மாதிரியெல்லாம் வரும்போது ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. அது ஏன் இது வரைக்கும் யாருக்கும் தெரியல. பட் அந்த குழந்தைங்களுக்கு எந்த மாதிரி கஷ்டங்கள் வரலாம் அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்ல போகிறேன். சில குழந்தைங்க ஒரு வயசில் நடக்க ஆரம்பிச்சிடுறாங்க, ஆனால் அவங்களுக்கு பேச்சு வேணும் அப்படிங்கும்போது மட்டும் கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. சிலர் பேசுறத புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுல மட்டும் கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. இவங்க ஒரு வார்த்தைகள் பேசுவாங்க, ஆனால் பேசுறத புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. முக்கியமாக பெரிய வார்த்தைகள் யூஸ் பண்ணி சிலர் பேசும்போது அதை புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுல இவங்க ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. சில சமயம் ரொம்ப பெரிய வாக்கியங்கள் உபயோகப்படுத்தி பேசும்போது அதை புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுல அவங்க இன்னும் கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. அந்த பெரிய வாக்கியங்கள் இருக்கிற ஒரு வார்த்தைகளை வச்சுக்கிட்டு அந்த முழு வாக்கியத்தையும் புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது இவங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். சிலர் பேசுகிறாங்க, நல்லாவே பேசுகிறாங்க, ஆனால் சில வார்த்தைகள் சொல்கிறதுக்கு அவங்களுக்கு கஷ்டம். ஏன்னா அந்த வார்த்தைகள் அவங்களுக்கு ஞாபகம் வர்றதில்லை. இப்போ ஆடுன்னு சொல்லணும்னு நினைக்கிறாங்க, பட் அந்த வார்த்தைகள் வாய் வரைக்கும் வருது, பட் வெளியே வர்றதில்லை. இந்த மாதிரி கூட ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட குழந்தைகள் இருக்கிறாங்க. இவங்களும் நல்லா மற்றபடிக்கு நல்லா வளர்கிறாங்க, நல்லா விளையாடுறாங்க, எல்லாம் பண்ணுறாங்க. சிலர் பேசும்போது இலக்கிய பிழையோட பேசுகிறாங்க. நான் நாளைக்கு ஊர்லேருந்து வந்தேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சில வார்த்தைகளை சொல்லும்போது உச்சரிப்பில் கஷ்டப்படுறாங்க. பஸ்ன்னு சொல்லவே முடியாது, பத் அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த மாதிரி குழந்தைகள் வளரும்போது சரியாகிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்புகள் இருக்குது. அப்படி அவங்க சரி ஆகலைனாலும் நீங்கள் ஸ்பீச் லாங்குவேஜ் பேத்தாலஜிஸ்ட்டை கன்சல்ட் பண்ணி அவங்களுக்கு என்ன ஏரியாவில் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குது அப்படின்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது.
Just a picture of him on a very happy day is one of the things that we do in Oxford, is go punting from time to time in a nice day, just in this funny boat along the river, and he just would love occasions like that and be enormous fun. So there he is, to remember him in happier times. It's a great pleasure and privilege to be able to remember Kuppu with you. Thank you.
Kuppu was modest in his thoughts and was an advocate of open science and reproducible science. He consistently acquired and built knowledge in the field of developmental language disorders and statistical learning. He attended many national and international conferences across the globe, and he was also being invited to deliver a keynote talk on his research at University of Oslo, Norway. And during his visits to different countries, he would never miss an opportunity to collaborate with other researchers in the field. In the last 5 months, he aimed and worked harder to procure one of the biggest European grants, the Marie Curie grant, along with Professor Joanna Torkildsen from the University of Oslo. With this grant, he not only looked for contributions to the field, but was also looking for opening gates for many Indian students by giving an opportunity and exposure to Western research. Kuppu lived a simple life, yet with a great humanity. He made many friends, and laughter was the key to acknowledge his presence.
Hi everyone, my name is Bharat. I knew Kuppu from his 2 years in the UK from 2016 to the early part of 2018. What can I say about Kuppu? Well, he was more than a friend to me. He was a mentor to me. He was almost like a brother to me. He was one of my closest friends in the time that I knew him. For many reasons, his personality, it was so infectious, the happiness that he brought to people, the affection he had, the playfulness and the free-spirited nature of Kuppu was just unbelievable. My first memory of him was at the cricket nets. I didn't know who he was. I was batting and he bowled me first ball, and then he bowled me third ball, and I was determined not to get out to him, so I batted like Rahul Dravid. And then we played against each other in the match. I hit him for 6 and then he bowled me out the next ball. So he was a very good bowler. I was not a very good batsman. But from then on we became good friends. We played with each other. He really helped inspire our entire team to win a trophy we hadn't won for 10 years. The Steve Dixon Trophy. He literally carried the team along with his good friend Dave. So we have a lot of good memories. After that he became my coach, my friend. I mean, we would just talk for hours and hours. We'd watch movies together in Oxford. We'd spend so much time with each other. He would teach me cooking, he would teach me bowling, he would teach me about his academia, he would bring me in for experiments. He even came to see my family a few times and stayed overnight. We were the only Tamil family he knew. So we formed a really close bond during his time here, and it was just a great 2 years during the time he was here. There were so many memories, more than this one, apart from cricket, apart from life. Just his presence just really gave a massive lift to everyone, whether they were playing with him or against him, or they knew him. He was just a real force for good. He wouldn't want us to be sad. He would want us to be happy and live life the way we want to live it, and be kind to everyone, be happy, make everyone else happy.
Okay, Brighton on I think 6th, which is Saturday.
Okay. 6th is Sunday. It's finals day of the Mini World Cup.
Oh, then we can't go. Then it has to be the next weekend to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is 12.
That's Steve Dixon final weekend.
So you can go. Means we are not going anywhere.
Okay, we are not going anywhere.
The other part which took foremost interest in his life was cricket. He was so passionate about this game from his childhood that he used to ride back 7 kilometers home to just watch cricket matches in 15 minutes breaks. He played many matches, and wherever he went, he used to make a team and manipulate the people's interest for their game, and played cricket, cherished cricket, and made memories.
It always comes to my mind whenever I talk about Kupurna. The first thing is obviously his sense of humor. The second thing is his commitment, dedication, and diligence towards workouts and gym. And the third thing is his passion for cricket. He was the best. He was one of the best seniors I ever met. And being in Aish, the main guy who motivated me to take up gym cricket as passion was Kupurna. I cannot forget him. He's always the best. Kupurna remains the best, and he's always the motivation for every young cricketer like us. And I still it hurts always remember Kupurna for all his best things he has done for Irish Gymkhana and Irish cricket. Thank you.
Kuppu was an all-rounder, an achiever, and most importantly, was a good human. He is a true inspiration, a role model to live life simple yet happier and beautiful. Today we remember Kuppu as an affectionate son, an affable brother, a true friend, a bright student, an intellect researcher. He will be greatly missed and will be in our hearts forever and ever.